that was Lil Wayne and Jay-Z. Like, no matter what you say, Lil Wayne came in and just Jay-Z, another generation. He came in and just got a whole other generation of people to believe that he was on that level. And then all of a sudden it became like, and I mean, even Lil Wayne fed into it, he was like, I'm the greatest since the greatest retired. So now you thrown this nigga over the fence, like, for you old niggas, there you go.
Wait for your hand when you new niggas business.
Y'all can't relate to him. He talking about shit y'all don't know nothing about. Me, on the other hand,
I got my skinny jeans on.
and there's nothing, but my thing is there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it because at the end of the day,
lip ring.
At the end of the day, it's rotation. But it's the rotation of life. Like, that's my problem with Wu-Tang. It's like, you guys had a moment. I'm not saying you're over, but I'm like, respect the fact that there's coming up. You gotta create room. Like, I love Wu-Tang and I was there at the beginning, but you didn't do what you guys said you were out to do, which was teach the babies, because there's been no babies from following you. Like, there's been
but you gotta understand though. But you gotta understand.
But what I'm saying is, not enough. I didn't have a Wu-Tang. Like, I like Wu-Tang, but you're not gonna hear me. Like, I don't talk the shit they talk. Like, when I listen to Wu-Tang at like 14 years old, I was into it, but I'll tell you right now, it took me to be like 19 before I knew what the fuck they was talking about. I was like, man, I don't know what these niggas is talking about, but fuck it. I remember,
especially when you're creating your own slang.
I remember I was 13 or 14. I was walking in Lake Tahoe. I bought 2 tapes at a record store. It was Biggie's tape and Wu-Tang. Right. And if you can in your life understand 2 drastically different things going on in your head at one time, I'm listening to Juicy, and all of a sudden I got Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. And my thing is, I tell you what, I like really ignorant music, and just Wu-Tang fed into that completely. Just fucking, I'ma just want to go kick something in the head, and I didn't really care. It was just the energy of the music. But when I look at what they're doing now, it's like the songs are classic, but you realize that there's nothing behind them that follows. Like, I like MOP. Normal people can't get in MOP. Like, you gotta be a pretty ignorant motherfucker to get in MOP.
But okay, so if they did pass the torch down, understand also, that's like saying, well, the Black Panthers didn't do everything they was supposed to pass that shit down. There's niggas that's down for the revolution or whatever the fuck that Wu-Tang was talking about doing, and then there's everybody else. But there was the what is it, 85% of the time deaf and blind. There's the 10% that mislead the fucking 85%, and then there's that 5%. That 5% is dispersed among 12 billion people.
Check this out, you know what I'm saying? This is where I bring Jay-Z into it. Here's the thing between Jay-Z and Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang was bigger than Jay-Z at the time when Jay-Z started rapping.
Right. Yeah.
Shit, Jay-Z raised the culture. Wu-Tang was doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do and figured they were gonna last forever. When I say they didn't bring anybody behind them, they didn't take the time out to raise people behind them to follow. Like, they created a brand, but they didn't
understand. Wu-Tang was
They have Wu-Tang LA. 2 of the niggas from fucking Wu-Tang LA got killed. So ODB's dead. But all these niggas is like.
But that's my point. I'm like, everybody says RZA is that. You know, RZA makes the list. But what I'm saying is, if your plan was we're gonna keep this going for a long period of time, it fell apart. When however it goes, they didn't do what they said they were going to do.
Understand, plans change.
But I'm not arguing about that, but I'm saying don't be bitter now that there's a group of people who are also.
I don't think them cats better, man. I mean,
if you listen
I mean, maybe that, and not even him, because I'm gonna say this much, man. You just talking about Will Smith, you talking about Wu-Tang, who didn't drastically invaded the movie scene, the television scene. I'm watching.
RZA making.
I'm talking RZA on.
Redman at their own show.
RZA's
on. Every time you turn on this, talking about
all I'm saying is those people, the founders of that culture. All I'm saying is that may not have been their vision from Jump Street either. So all I'm saying is they found something, a devised a plan, to stumble upon a better way for them to generate a dollar to back up with something, that people weren't following, like you saying, as much. But you look at the way they've crossed over into that pop culture world, it's
even with bringing people up,
did they have Wu Wear?
But even with bringing people up, in my head, maybe I'm conspiracy theory. I smoke way too much weed, but I'm dead ass serious. When I think, because it might be true, and I'm starting as like an older to think maybe this shit might be true.
Smoke too much weed.
But could it just be? Is it not in the realm of possibility that maybe there are other forces behind the scenes that are not trying to get the 85% to that shit that they was talking was dangerous shit for the time.
I'm not mad at what they didn't do. I'm mad at the fact that they're upset now.
But they could be upset if there were forces beyond their control that stopped them.
But you can take one person like Jimmy Iovine Jimmy Iovine got credits on Led Zeppelin records.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's niggas out there that just got a string.
We talking about 70s.
Dirty and nasty. If I don't like y'all shit and I'm just in a position of power, there's niggas that just like 50 Cent is one of them type of niggas. You see niggas that come against 50 back when 50 was holding power. That nigga Styles P. That nigga Styles P was coming down with that Jadakiss shit when they was going on against it. They said that nigga 50 Cent pulled a fucking power move with Jimmy Iovine and got that nigga's record fucked up. Gangster and a Gentleman. So it's not beyond the realm of believability that nigga, I don't want you educating nobody. But now, you know what I'm saying?
But my argument is not about who stopped them from doing whatever. My thing is when I turn on the radio or turn on the singing, I hear Method Man sit there being mad talking about these new niggas, and I'm like, dude, you had your moment, and you had a better moment than anybody in your crew.
That's why you know. That's why you know.
You're not hearing them be mad.
Like,
wait. In the sense of that, let me justify what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you listening to not me or you, but them as an established artist in the game that they paid all kinds of dues to get where they went. And listen to these cats who become millionaires off of Facebook and MySpace like that, and there's not taking nothing. That's why Ice-T had a problem. So not because of his music, not because of what they saying is whack. It's what they saying is whack. What they saying is whack, but they not the first whack rappers. So you know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense of dumping a bunch of hate on the new generation. It's not none of that. But all it is these guys got a lot of animosity towards how simple it is.
But it's just a new way. But it's just it's a new way.
I said this to Big Bub earlier today, man. And I hate to use this word niggas, but I'll just say niggas because it mean a lot when I say it. Niggas are scared of change. Regardless of the level, regardless of the climate or aspect or facet on life we speaking on. When you talk about something in this building alone, we in a screw shop. Best believe when DJ Screw passed away, niggas was scared of change. Niggas don't know what's gonna happen. The people who he used to feed, they used to be around them all. That's just a part of the game. So understand how you may have people like Meth, but at the same time, how much money did How make? You know what I'm saying? So money is one thing, and music recognition is another.
But you gotta roll with it.
Are they making type music? No. Does he got to roll with it? No.
But when you're an OG though, you got to roll with it. And a good example.
When you're an OG, you keep rolling how you've been rolling.
Exactly.
That's
just
like
like.
But Bun ain't rolling how he's been rolling though. Is he? Do you think?
But Bun doing a lot of
One more thing. Bun never sit back and said. He never sit back and said, "I don't like this." He never said that. I don't like this new nigga.
Man,
he never. Now
I'm gonna give you a great point. Real talk. I'm gonna give you a great point. Bun B was in here a month ago and he planked right here. Yeah. It's on the internet. Yeah. Don't tell me that Bun ain't nowhere caught up in the new wave shit.
But I don't see. But
he never said he was.
He never said he wasn't. He never said he was. But I don't. You know.
But you adapt.
And plank.
But my thing is you adapt.
Only thing I plank is money. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
But,
all I'm saying is I'm not even running with that.
But this is I guess where my issue comes in. If I can say, like I said, I'm older than everybody here. Well, I don't know your age, but
you got it.
I'm saying, my point of this is like, if I don't take the experiences I have, and I can't sit here and have a conversation with Dirty and Nasty and say, well, why don't you guys try this? I have a conversation with John and say this. I've had conversations with all of them, but like, well, this is what I did, and this shit don't work, or this shit is cool, or whatever. And my thing is, I grew up in an environment where that's what an older head was supposed to do.
Right.
So when I was
Nick, but also if we revert back to the Wu-Tang thing, I want y'all to go back. When did they have Lollapalooza? When that 1997? When they first came out, when the MTV was still, it was like 95, 94, 95. Sometime when Wu-Tang Forever came out. When Wu-Tang Forever came out. 97. When Lollapalooza, they had Pauly Shore and he was the shit and all that. They had clips of Wu-Tang Clan performing. I think the Lollapalooza was either in upstate New York or in fucking Colorado at the time. At the time, I don't, was it?
But it don't matter where it was.
Wherever it was, but I'm saying specifically that video, the video I saw, when they had Lollapalooza, and you look in that crowd, and the motherfuckers that came to see Wu-Tang, and everybody that was jamming the Wu-Tang, throwing shit in the air, fucking wilding out, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, free my niggas, and all this other shit. All of them were white. Yeah. All of them were white. Wu-Tang, I can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Like he said, niggas are scared to change. I think when Wu-Tang came, not to say it was too revolutionary for people, because people did latch on and they were popular, but it was a white-based, it was a white majority that was really dealing with Wu-Tang.
If you want to talk about what killed Wu-Tang, I'll tell you what killed Wu-Tang. This is what killed Wu-Tang. Tupac and Biggie beef. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at that point right then, nobody was paying attention to anything else other than this. And the music that was coming out of Death Row and the music that was coming out of Bad Boy, I'm saying like
that's got a lot to do with propaganda.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because the media is what controls us seeing who's beefing with who. Not because Tupac is on every track yelling "fuck Biggie" or because Biggie's talking about who shot you, and it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's on because we look at the news or BT or MTV. It was real. It was real. But just like in school, if me and this nigga don't like each other, that's between me and this nigga. And we gonna meet at 3 o'clock at the monkey ball.
But if all y'all
and now people ain't even tripping. Y'all two niggas got a problem on the low, but don't nobody really talk about that because me and this nigga got the whole school talking about it. Although y'all niggas boxing right now and it's lunchtime. Nobody worried about it.
But when you think about it, with all that stuff going on, that's when music changed. The music, like people start paying attention only to Bad Boy and Death Row. You didn't pay attention to nothing else.
Say, in Houston, Texas, you did.
But I heard a story about Wu-Tang came in to perform and wasn't nobody there. So I understand.
I'm trying to be respectful and shit. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. In Houston, Texas, man, you didn't give a fuck. Give a motherfucker. And that was it. I'm gonna be real with you. Them boys go hard in their own right, and I love everybody out there listening, getting their music. I cut for the Soldier Boys and everybody out there getting money off this shit called music. I feel you. Some of y'all niggas' music sorry and trash, but they ain't got nothing to do with me having respect for you getting your money. Now I respect Wu-Tang. I watch y'all movies. I probably had some of y'all pants, but on some real shit, nigga. This is Houston, Texas, dog, and that shit don't carry narrow weight in this city. Real talk, you know. And with all due respect, do a song with me, Meth and Red. Please.
But I want Red. I want Red.
Give a fuck, but I want Red. But that's an important thing to bring up. Like when you think about all the people that we named and the effects they have here, like that was probably my biggest culture shock coming here. Like I was like, because people will ask me, "What you think about so and so?" I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I would say that I won't name the person, but I got in an argument with somebody who tried to argue me the point of Lil Keke was the greatest rapper of all time. And I had to sit there for about 20 minutes just looking at them like.
The sad part about that shit is you gonna have that in this area, especially we riding around the corner from Herschelwood, you're gonna have that argument go forever with whoever you meet on this side of town, simply because they got a dude that they know is Lil Keke, and they went to school with him, or they watched him grow. They went to church with him, and they skipped school with him, and they smoked a square here and there with him. Yeah. And they watched him go from A to B, and they know he fucked the screw.
I think that's great.
Man, that's how it's gonna go.
But I think that's great.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I come from an environment where I tell people, we don't give a shit. Like, you know, people ask me like, so what you think Eazy-E? I was like, truthfully, I didn't like Eazy-E. I love Eazy-E. I was an Ice Cube fan. I was like, Eazy-E didn't write a lyric. Yeah. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do the shit.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Eazy had to write the damn thing.
But that's what I'm saying.
Eazy-E was the persona. His personification of saying, fuck what they talking about. I'm gonna do what I'm doing anyway.
But at that same standpoint, he wasn't Pimp C. Because Pimp C, authentically, whatever he said, that was him.
But I think that persona, that motherfucker, that motherfucker that you don't want to bring to the party because you know you're gonna say, hey man, this steak in this bitch.
Right. But that's why, and then you go to another point. Like when you look at that, a man that we're sitting here saying, like we're talking about, had a ghostwriter his whole career.
That's cool. That's on some other shit.
But I'm saying you look at that, and then you bring that to now. You look at like a Rick Ross. You look at a Rick Ross, and everybody's like, some people are like, well, fuck he a cop. But then when I be like, well, I don't give a fuck. I like he make good music. Okay, I don't give a fuck.
He not running around arresting motherfuckers on the low.
But see,
so, you know, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying?
But my thing is
make good music.
Every one thing, people sitting there locking niggas up on the low, and oh, so Ricky got me last night. He ain't drunk twice. Like, nah,
but I mean, like, that's one thing. Like, that's the thing. When you look at the perception of things that go on, I mean, even if you go back to the Lil Wayne Kissing Baby thing, like.
Why you bring that shit up in this meeting? This gonna be the rest of the meeting.
Because we're gonna be around
my whole point of it is like you start realizing that the fans have changed, and at some point it affects the music that goes on. Like when I listen to you guys' stuff, it's completely different than mine. When I listen to John, it's completely different than mine. When I listen to it, it's completely different. Right. I can say what you guys, to me, out of all of us, like I can say John's music sounds like this to me. Because one, we're both from the West Coast, so and I talked to him to know what his influences are. So I hear it. Well, not even that. When he tells me like I like Quick, I I hear it in his music. When I was him, I think Devin. Like I can't help but think Devin. But when I see you guys, I'm like, okay, I don't. This shit is on its own. But my thing is like, but for me, that's what makes it dope.